Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder with the Angry Nerd. And this is another edition of Skinning Shorts, where I show you some of the techniques and tricks that I use for creating my custom skins. And today we're going to be learning how to cover up a decal and make it look like it's not there, but keep the same skin that's on the aircraft. So let's jump on over to Photoshop, where I have a skin of this particular F4U1A already loaded up. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop, and let's say we wanted to cover up this particular decal right here. Well, the first thing that I would want to do is create another layer, which I've already done here. Always create a backup layer. Let me delete that and show you how to do it. Okay, so here's your original layer. Just right click on it, duplicate layer, and there you have it. There's your backup layer. Now we're going to create one more layer, not of the skin, but just a blank layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that, and I am going to create or draw some rivets. So I'm going to start off by selecting my pen tool. Make sure my fill is on 0. I'm going to change my point to 2 and sample the color of the seam here. So all I'm going to do is select a point right here, come down, select another point. Now that's not exactly even in there, but all we have to do is move it over just a little bit, and that's pretty good. Color looks really good. We're going to select another layer, or create another layer, and now we're going to color the rivets right quick. We're going to sample. Well, first we're going to put on our brush tool, going to sample the color of the rivet. Okay, we want to select our brush tool to have the harder edge, not the softer edge. And all we are going to do is start coloring in the rivets till they glow a little bit. It'll be a little bit larger looking than the ones that are there, but it will look fine. Now you may be wondering, why on earth are you worrying about, the rivets and stuff like that? And that's because when you're covering up stuff and you want it to look nice, the rivets help give it that little finished appearance. I know that I want, but you may also want that. Okay, so we've done that. Let's knock off these background layers, and you see what we've got here. Now all we're going to do is grab our marquee tool, surround those, edit, copy merged. Okay, I really don't need these layers anymore. Alright, let's put these back on and deselect that. going to create one more layer. We are going to edit, paste, and if you can see, I've got a section of rivets and a seam. Okay, so I'm going to move this up into the canopy right there where I'll keep track of it. Now then, going back to the copy of the background layer. Now we're going to start clone sampling. Okay, this right here is the clone tool, clone stamp. Let's grab a section, hit the Alt key till it turns like that, left mouse samples that particular spot. Now I can come over here and cover that up. Now see, I got a little bit of the seam there. I'll need to cover that up again. So I'm going to sample from right here, cover that up. Sample again. Don't be afraid to sample a bunch of times. Now let's move a little bit over. We're going to sample this kind of cleaner blue here. Now, if I were just to keep dragging this over, right, what it's sampling is what's underneath there. So it eventually would start sampling the star and stuff. So just have to be careful of that. Now that looks pretty good. And grab my pointer tool. I'm going to come to layer 1, duplicate the layer, hit dang delete. I'm going to come to layer 1, going to duplicate the layer. Goodness, one of those nights. Alright, and now I'm going to start rebuilding my seam heading up the aircraft. Duplicate. I really wish they didn't have delete and duplicate right side by side. Duplicate. a little far, so just going to stop it right there for now. Okay, duplicate the layer. Then we're going to come over to Edit, Transform, rotate 90. Now 90 won't be exact, so I'm going to have to move it a little bit. Apply that transaction and duplicate that layer. Come back here, and now I can come up. But what I want to do with this one is grab my eraser tool and come up and knock off a couple of those rivets so that I can run it up like that, and then grab my eraser tool again see. Knock those two out like that. And that is not bad if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. That's really not all that bad. So what we're going to do from this point is we're going to grab our polygonal lasso tool, and we are going to come up here and grab here, here, and I'm going to come on up a little bit more here, 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 I'm going to edit, copy merged, edit, paste, and for this one I need to edit, flip, horizontally. No. Step backwards, edit, flip vertically. There we go. We think. So we have just completely removed those decals that were there. Now we can paste on our own decals if we want to put them on there. And let's see. File, I just want to show you something. Open, libraries, pictures, skinny, American. Now I know that this, just going to open up this one right here. I know that this doesn't go on there, but we're just going to open it up for a second. Oh, I am really having one of those nights. So, anyway, we're going to grab our polygonal lasso tool. No, we're not. We're going to escape out of this. We're going to grab our quick selection tool. Because I just want to show you something. Edit. Copy, paste. Now, like I say, I know that this is not going on there, but let's say we were putting another decal right here, and you have this nice decal. Well, guess what? You are going right across some seam sections. You don't have any seams there. So you duplicate, copy those rivets again. But first you need to bring them to the top, right? And then your decal will then have rivets and seams across it. So that's all that I was showing you quickly. Go ahead and delete that off. Delete that off. So anyhow, I hope this little video on how to cover up some of your stuff, if you wanted to keep the skin that was under there and just add different markings or something, this is how I do it. May not be the best way to do it, but hey, I'm kind of self-taught here in Photoshop, so I'm not great with it as I'm still learning it myself. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you like it. Don't if you don't. Subscribe if you would. I could use the help building the channel. While you're here, why don't you go back, take a look through some of my older stuff. I've got lots of plane evaluations and probably about 60 videos or so. You might find something else that you enjoy. You can follow me on Facebook. I just started a Facebook like couple days ago. It hardly has anything on it now, but I will be adding some stuff to it. And as always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Nerd out.